If you don't guard your fortress of solitude, that means your physical location where you study. That means your family members can't be in the room with you. If you have children, God bless them, they can't be in the room with you. Your spouse, whether being supportive or not, and chances are they're probably not going to be supportive. They don't believe yet in your future self. The things that you have to go through to refine your future self, that future success that you want to have, but you don't really necessarily believe it yet, you got to be convinced of it. And so many times, individuals in the last, 5 or 10 years, they have this TikTok mentality. It has to be shown to you in 10 seconds, 30 seconds or less, or I ain't interested. And this is the part where if you're not willing to put yourself through what it is I'm describing, or if you look at those videos I have up there, 500 and some videos, and you think, man, I ain't got time for 500 videos. How many football games have you watched since you started watching them? How many basketball games have you watched since you started watching them? Has your attendance in the audience, seeing those games live, has that made any impact on you being able to play football or basketball any better? No. So why are you watching it? Why are you paying all that money to support these people who don't know you, they don't care about you, they simply will never spend time with you, and to get them to stop to get an autograph or a snapshot is asking too much many times. But you're willing to put yourself through all that stuff because it gives you what? A feel-good moment. Wow, this is awesome. Because you idolize these people. You idolize them. You lift them up to titans. And then you want to be a titan. Don't lie. You're smiling right now because you know damn well that's the truth. You want to be a big shot. You want to be a big wheel. Someone everybody looks up to and says, man, I want to be like him. You have to have that same tenacity and driven passion in why you're trying to learn how to trade and put yourself in a fortress of solitude where you're not inviting other people. Don't let them influence it. And from an intellectual stance, your fortress of solitude is your journal. That's where you go to lick your wounds when you don't do something right. But you don't go there and treat it like it's a house of pain, like it's an abusive relationship. And so many of you have shared some of your journal entries to me while talking about a price action move. And while maybe your technical thing might be there and it may be correct and it just didn't work out for that moment or that time or that instance, the negative annotations, the negative things that are spoken about what you're trying to teach yourself, what do you think is more appropriate for that inner child that's inside you right now that you're nurturing, that will be your future self? What's more nurturing? If you're constantly beating that inner child down with negative, not encouragement, but punishment. You should have did this better. I should have learned this by now. This stuff never works. I don't know why I can't get this. This is so stupid. I need something easier. If you spoke to your child that way, do you think that child would grow up feeling good about themselves? Or would they have complexes and probably deep-rooted anger and anxiety? And you wonder why you're feeling those things. Because you're feeding it to yourself every day. You don't even realize it. You have no idea how often you give yourself something toxic and negative. And that's why when you watch something positive, you're like, wow, I really enjoyed that moment. Or if you see someone you haven't seen in a long time, an old friend or loved one, that's why holidays, except for Carl, gets invited to the festivities. He wasn't supposed to be there, but some joker invited him. It's bad enough you got to work with him all the time, but now he's showing up at New Year's Eve. It was fun until he showed up. Then you're doing everything you can to avoid him. Well, at the holidays, you feel good. Why? because your attention's taken off of all the negative things about yourself. And then what do? Yeah, well, I got a raise today. Yeah, last week I got a promotion at the job. That's right. I don't know how they're going to do it without me. Whenever I decide to leave the company, oh, they're so screwed. You get to talk about all the good stuff, and you hide all that stuff. That's exactly what proper journaling is. You need to do that. You need to cultivate all the positives. And that's why it feels good to be around your cousin who hasn't left Jiffy Lube. He's been doing that for 12 years. Says he's going to college and never even done prerequisites. Never did anything but get greased. You have to guard yourself. And the processes you're going to go through is a refinement. And it's painful because it's not immediate gratification. It's not a right now delivery of what you want. It has to be deferred. And for a lot of folks, and it's really hard for young people today. And I understand because they have been socially engineered to expect everything given to them. Everything should be given to you for nothing and no adversity. It should be easy. And you have this entitlement mindset and a short attention span that's been cultivated by TikTok or YouTube shorts that are very small in duration. And you think, man, why is this guy ICT got to be so long-winded? Because I am an old man that learned how to do this the right way. Roll your sleeves up. Put real effort behind it. Keep your nose to the grind and want all the details. You want to know everything. You don't just want to know, well, I want to look like I know what I'm talking about. I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. And for years, we've watched other people do that with my content. Mitigation here. Here, you see this order block was mitigated. Order blocks don't get mitigated. Mitigation this and mitigation that. They want to talk the lingo. The point of interest. Look at this point of interest. These are all out of my videos, bro. That's all my stuff. The vocabulary of all these individuals out there that have odds against me are going to have odds against you. But they're studying right along with you, like good little scribes. They're just doing it in silence, thinking they're going to get away with it. But as soon as they start talking, the vocabulary exposes them. It's fun, actually. It's a really amazing psychological experiment to go through all of the mentors, and you'll see it annotated in their charts, or you'll hear them say it verbally, audibly. They're in the same classroom as you right now. And they may not be here where you can see them because you can do a little anonymous slide. They're all listening anonymously. But I know you're here. And I'm glad that you're here. I'm not trying to poke fun at you. Because you're going to learn things that you can teach my students through you, because they're not your students, they're mine. And I care about them more than you do. And since I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to use you as a conduit to reach them. The worst thing you can do is twist what I'm teaching today, or anything that I teach, and take it out of context or try to embellish it with your own little bullshit. Because you're reducing its purest form, and you're muddying up. This DNA in trading logic is superior. Anything less than this is substandard. We don't have Neanderthal in this, okay? It's always important to start off on the right foot. It's always a bad decision to invite other people's opinion about everything you're involving yourself with in the beginning. We want our friends and our family to encourage us. Why? The same reason why I did as a 20-year-old. I lost my grandfather. I lost that father figure. He wouldn't have lavished me and say, oh, son, you're going to do so good. I can't wait to see. He wouldn't have done that. He's an old man, old Navy man. He would have been like, just do your best. I said, okay, I'm going to live up to that. I'm going to live up to that, Pop. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do everything I can to make this man acknowledge that I have impressed him. So when it was taken from me when he died of cancer, I had a void And I've carried it in my entire life. At 52 years old, I still can't fill that void. And God fills it a lot. But there's still this little itch that I can't satisfy because I can't see his face. Look at me. And you have that same experience when you first start to do something that's monumental. Feet. You want to accomplish something. You want to lose weight. You want to get in better shape. And what do? We turn to our spouse, our significant other, our friends, and our family members. Yeah, I think I'm going to start this program. Oh, you don't bother, man. Don't waste your time. That's the first thing that's coming out of their mouth. And if they're not spurting it out, they're thinking it. You can watch it on their face. They're thinking, yeah, we'll see. we're going to see, buddy. We're going to see. But that's not what you want. You don't want that. You want them to say, you know what? That is awesome. You know what? Could you tell me a little bit about that? Because I would like to do that too. That's the response you're looking for. That's the response. You want people to get excited about what you're interested in, but you're not excited about, but you absolutely fucking gotta be excited. Like you gotta love it. You gotta look at yourself and say, you know what? Right now I don't have it. I don't have it right now, but damn it, I'm gonna get it. And every one of you yahoos that I'm related to has nothing to do with holding me back. You're all going to watch it happen. You're all going to choke on it. All of you that sat back and sit there and said, well, you know, Shelly said she's going to be a trader. Yeah, she's going to be trading, all right. Trading her time for money like we do. But in the beginning, that stuff cuts deep. It cuts deep, but you'll put on your best face like I was trying to do it as a 20-year-old. That doesn't bother me. But it crushed me inside. It crushed me. And I didn't take that as I'm going to do it more carefully to make sure I don't fail. The opposite happened. The opposite happened. I dug deep and said, I don't give a shit how many times I fall on my face. I'm going to do it faster, and I'm going to take bigger risks, and I'm going to do it in a stunning manner that absolutely has nothing to do with why I started, because now I got to do it about impressing these people. I got to impress my family, who they weren't even a factor in the beginning. They didn't tell me to, hey, start trading this way.